4,000 years ago, one of the largest civilizations in the ancient world slowly faded into the landscape. Excavations show no evidence of a final battle or a sudden disaster. The cities simply went quiet. This society took root around 3300 BCE along the Indus River, spanning a territory that today covers much of Pakistan and northwest India. In major hubs like Mohenjo-Daro and Harappa, builders followed a precise urban plan. They constructed straight roads laid out in grids and installed some of the world's first underground drainage systems. Their engineering included multi-story homes and massive public baths lined with waterproof fired brick. While other contemporary cultures were just beginning to organize, these people had already mastered complex water management. The result was a level of sanitation and organization that wouldn't be seen again for millennia, making the eventual total abandonment of these cities a persistent historical puzzle. Unlike ancient Egypt or Mesopotamia, the Indus Valley left behind no statues of conquerors and no lavish royal tombs. Their ruins suggest a society built on shared infrastructure rather than the glorification of a single ruler. They functioned as a massive commercial hub, moving cotton, copper, and refined jewelry across the sea to Mesopotamian markets. Their wealth was measured in trade goods found thousands of miles from their origin. To manage this trade, they used stone seals, carved with a specific set of symbols. Because modern linguists cannot decode this script, the internal thoughts and records of the civilization remain out of reach. Around 1900 BCE, the movement of goods stopped. The wealthy urban centers began to empty, and the regional trade networks that sustained them began to dissolve. The challenge for historians is explaining how a peaceful, organized population of over 1 million people loses its cohesion without the impact of a singular catastrophe. For years, it was widely believed that a violent outside group known as the Aryans swept into the region and destroyed the cities through conquest. Modern archaeology has largely dismissed this. Excavations of the ruins have failed to find the physical markers of a large-scale war. There are no massive battlefields, no signs of cities being burned by invaders, and no armor or weapons consistent with a major military occupation. Without evidence of a human enemy, the focus has shifted toward the natural forces that governed life in the river valley. Deep within Mohenjo-Daro, researchers found layers of silt and flood damage. The citizens repeatedly rebuilt their walls on top of older foundations, indicating a struggle against a rising, unpredictable river. While the Indus River frequently flooded, agriculture in the valley depended on those cycles. Typically, a single flood wouldn't lead to the permanent desertion of a city. This map shows the river systems at the civilization's peak. Recent environmental data suggests a long-term drying trend took hold. As monsoon rain shifted, secondary rivers dried up. The ancient Saraswati River, once a primary water source, vanished entirely. The advanced urban design could not compensate for a failing ecosystem. Without rivers to irrigate their crops, the civilization lost its ability to feed its massive population. The departure happened over several lifetimes. It was a slow, generational thinning of the population. As the land grew more arid, families walked away from their brick homes and moved toward the more fertile lands to the east. The public baths and marketplaces sat empty. Over centuries, the winds buried the grid-lined streets in sand, leaving the cities to be reclaimed by the desert. Their fate suggests that even the most advanced infrastructure is only as resilient as the environment that supports it. These cities remained hidden until the 1920s, when archaeologists finally began to unearth the remains of Harappa and Mohenjo-Daro. The discovery proved that South Asia was home to a society as complex and ancient as those in the Nile or the Euphrates valleys. Despite their success in trade and engineering, the people of the Indus Valley could not adapt to a permanently shifting climate. They left behind a massive network of empty cities, a record of a civilization that was eventually outlasted by the river itself.